Hello guys, this is Paul McWhorter from TopTechBoy.com, and we are here today with lesson number 15 in our improved Arduino tutorial series. So I need you to pour yourself a nice big mug of iced coffee. Hear that ice? That's just straight, strong black coffee over ice. Nothing else needed. Delicious. And I need you to get out your eLego Super Starter Kit for the Uno R3 projects. If you don't have this yet, check the description down below. Click the link, buy the kit, hook a brother up. 35 bucks. This will keep us busy a long time. This is the kit that we are using for this entire series, and it will have a boatload of components that will give us all types of different projects that we can build. What we're going to learn today is a new programming command that is very, very powerful in the Arduino called the for loop. Okay, so let's just jump right into this lesson. And let me show you what you're going to need for today's project out of your eLego kit. You will need the Arduino. You will need the breadboard. You will need a yellow LED and a red LED. Do not use the blue LED or the green LED. Those are for special occasions only. For normal programming like today, we will use the common, the yellow and the red LED. We save those other colors for special occasions. And then you will need two 330 ohm resistors. Now, I'm going to give you a little assignment here, and then I want you to pause the video and go hook it up yourself because you know enough to do this. So this is your assignment. I want you to hook up the yellow LED to pin 6, of course, through the current limiting resistor. I want you to hook up the red LED to pin 9 through another current limiting resistor, and then I want you to blink the yellow LED 3 times and then the red LED 5 times. So it should go yellow, 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 and then red, 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 red. Red. Okay, I'm not sure if I counted right there. It's actually kind of hard to count yourself saying red if you've never tried it. Okay, that's what your assignment is. Pause the video, go do it, and then when you come back, I'll kind of do it with you. All right, guys, I'm going to go kind of fast because you really ought to already know how to do this, and so we're gonna hook this circuit up kind of fast. So we're going to start with our current limiting resistor. I'm going to put that between columns 10 and 15, and then I'm going to come in with my yellow LED, knowing that the long leg needs to go towards the resistor because that's going towards the power supply, so we're going to have that, okay? And then I need to connect the top of the resistor, that column 15, I need to go over to pin 6, okay, and then I need to come off the bottom leg of the diode, the short leg of the diode, and come over to G and D. And I'm using the G and D that is by pin 13. So I should have one LED hooked up. Now the next LED, I'm going to put the current limiting resistor between 20 and between column 20 and column 25. And again, it doesn't matter exactly which one you use as long as you get the connections. Now I'm going to put the long leg of the LED in column 25. So now it is connected to the bottom leg of the current limiting resistor. And now I need to bring my signal in. So I'll go to column 20. That is the top leg of the LED. I need to bring that to pin 9, and now I need to ground, complete the circuit by coming to the short leg of the LED, the red LED, and now I'm going to use one of these ground pins. If you look up here by, it goes VN and then you got GND, you can use one of those. All right, kind of neaten things up here. And now we are going to come over and we're going to start writing our code. So I need to find a little bit better view. Let's see what this one is. I think this one you can see everything that you need to see here if I use this view. So let's come over here and let's start writing some code. Well, how many pins do we have? We're using 2 pins, and so we need to set up our variables for that. So I'm going to call it, I'm going to start with yellow pin, and that's going to be equal to what? Pin 6. And then I'm going to do an int for red pin, and that's equal to what? 9. That's connected to pin 9. Now I need, I'm going to be blinking this LED, and like on the yellow one and the red one, I said that you want about a half second on, half second off, so it's blink, blink like that. So I need to have like yellow time, and that is going to be 500, because that would be 500 milliseconds, half a second. Then I'll need int. I don't like to do it that way. Yellow time. And then I try to be consistent in the way that I do capitalization, like that. Everything's lowercase except the first letter of subsequent words. And so that's also going to be 500. Well, you're saying if those are both 500, why don't you just use one variable? Well, because maybe I would want to change them at some point. So I'm leaving flexibility for the future. All right, so I've got yellow pin, I've got red pin, I've got yellow time, I've got red time. I think I am ready to go here. So I am going to be using 2 pins. So in the void setup, I need to what? Do my pin modes. And the first pin is going to be yellow pin, and that is a what? Output. Turns blue, happy little color. Pin modes, and then this is red pin. It is a what? Output. All right. I always like to turn on the serial monitor, serial.begin 9600. In case later I need to print something out, I can already have my serial monitor running. Okay, now I need to do some blinks. Let's start with the yellow. If I want to blink the yellow, what do I need to do? First thing I need to do is turn it on. So digital right, happy little orange color. What am I turning on? Yellow pin. And what do I want it to be? High. So I'm turning the yellow LED on. Now I need to delay. How long? Yellow time. Let me just make sure I did that right. Yellow time. Okay. And then that's one parameter, yellow time. Now what do I need to do? If I'm going to blink, I need to turn it off. Digital right, yellow pin low, and now delay yellow time. Okay, hopefully I haven't made any mistakes there. If I have, you're probably screaming at me, and you're going to scream at me even more, because what's the quickest way now to blink yellow 3 times? I'm going to take this, I'm going to Control C, and then I'm going to come here. So that blinks once. Now I'm going to Control V. That's going to blink twice. And now I'm going to paste again, Control V. Okay, Control V. So this should blink the yellow LED 3 times. Now I want to blink the red LED. So I'm going to come and I'm going to paste this blink for yellow one more time, and then I'm going to change this to red. So this is going to be red, 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 red. Now I have 3 yellow blinks. I've got 1 red blink. I'll come in, Control C to copy that, and then Control V. That's 2 red blinks. Control V, 3 red blinks. Control V, 4 red blinks. Control V, 5 red blinks. Okay, so this should be 3 red blinks and 3 yellow blinks and 5 red blinks. You know, the good thing about copying and pasting, it goes really fast. You know, the bad thing, if I made a mistake, I just pasted it and pasted and pasted it. And you were probably, if there was a mistake, you were probably screaming at me. But let's look and see what happens. We come over here and we are going to download it now. Hold your breath. You know, I don't know if you guys do this, but when I compile, I hold my breath, and I think that if I hold my breath the whole time, it increases the chance that there's not an error. Okay, here we go. Oh, what did I do wrong? Pin modes. Oh, did I say pin modes instead of pin mode? I said do my pin modes, and then I typed pin mode, and I didn't look. Okay, let's try it again. I think a few of you are not holding your breath, and that's why this didn't work. Everyone this time hold your breath. Boom! You see, everyone held their breath. It worked. Now let's look over here. Oh man, we have some action. We have some action. Let's watch. Yellow LED 1, 2, 3. Red LED 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom! You know what the problem was? Who was it out there that didn't hold their breath? That's why it didn't work the first time. Okay, so we have this working. And what you've got to see is this works, but it is a crazy wrong way of doing it. There is a much better way of doing this, and it is called a for loop. So let me get rid of everything but one yellow blink and one red blink. Okay. So I'm just taking out all this repetitive stuff. Okay. What I want, and let me get these together. So what is it? I want to do this block of code three times, and then I want to do this block of code 5 times. So what I want to do is I want to create a clause here, starting there and ending here. So now this little chunk of code is all in a clause, and then I want to tell it to do this a certain number of times, and it is called a for loop. So I'm going to say for. And now I've got to go define some more variables. So to set it up between these parentheses, I put the parameters telling it how to loop, but I've got to get some more variables. So first thing that I need is I need to tell it how many times to blink the yellow LED. So I'm going to say yellow blink. Yellow blink equals what? Yellow was going to be 3. Okay, now int. I'm going to have red blink because I'll have a second for loop for the red. Red blink is equal to what? 5. Okay, now I just need a counter because you got to have a counter. If you want the loop to loop 5 times, you have to have a counter, and that's a variable. Typically, the variables for counting in loops are either I or J. The problem with I is I sometimes looks like 1, and if you're trying to debug your code and you've got an I and 1 mixed up, it can be really hard to find. And so I like J because it's a character that looks very different. Also, like the most horrendous problem to try to resolve is if you ever get a 1 and an L mixed up. You see, that's 1, that's L. They look almost exactly the same, and you will actually go insane, and they will institutionalize you because you will never be able to find that problem if you do it. So I try to not use L's and I's as variables. So I'm going to say int J. I'm not going to put a value in J. I'm just going to declare it because we will put a value in down here. All right, so now we need to come, and so we've got this clause in curly to start curly. Now we've got to put the parameters in here between the parentheses that tell it how to blink. Well, what's my counter J? Where am I going to start? Well, I'm going to start with J equal 1. So I'm counting from 1, and now I put the semicolon. Now I'm saying I start with J equal 1, and now I want to loop as long as J is less than or equal to yellow blink. And then each time through, I want to make J is equal to J plus 1. So I increment by 1. So this keeps looping as long as J is less than or equal to yellow blink. So let's see. The first time through, J is equal to 1. 1 is less than or equal to yellow blink, so it goes through first time. When it gets through, what does it do? It makes J 2, so it comes up. This time J is 2. 2 is less than or equal to yellow blink, so it goes through the loop a second time. When it gets to the end, it makes J equal J plus 1. Now J is 3. It comes up here, this time J is 3. Well, 3 is less than or equal to yellow blink, so it goes through a third time. Now J is 4. it comes up, is J less than or equal to yellow blink? No, it is not. It then jumps down here and then continues executing below. If I had just said J equal 1, J is less than or less than equal blink instead of less than or equal to, it would go through 2 times, not 3 times. But if you say less than or equal to, then it will go through the 3 times, which yellow blink is. And so if you just set things up like this, it should work. So it will do the things between the open curly and the closed curly. It will do those things yellow blink times, which is 3. So now we need to make another for loop for red blink for J equal 1 to J is less than or equal to red blink. Don't use a comma. That's not right. Semicolon. That's one of those problems that's really hard to find. And if you haven't done a for loop in a while, it's very easy to put a comma there. So now red blink, and now J equal J plus 1. And now open curly, that's where the clause starts. That's where the clause starts. Also, look, the for statements are like if statements. You don't put a semicolon at the end of them. Okay, is this going to work? I sure hope so. I need you to cooperate. What do I need you to do? I need you to hold your breath when we do this, all of you, because if you don't, we're going to get an error. Boom! We got it. Okay, let's see what happens over here. We have some action. Let's watch. Yellow is going to be, oh, what is going on here? Houston, we have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. It's blinking forever on red blink. For J is equal to 1. I didn't put, did you guys see this? I didn't go to, it's J. Man, I hope you guys were yelling at me. Someone didn't hold their breath. Someone didn't hold their breath. Okay, let's try again. Boom! Okay, and I'm just going to hit the reset button here. Yellow, 1, 2, 3. Red, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom! This thing is working, and you guys know how to do a for loop now. Do you see how powerful a for loop is? Also, let me show you now. Imagine before if I'd come up and said, okay, I'm sorry, I really wanted you to blink the yellow LED 5 times and the red blink 3 times. I'm sorry, I messed up. You'd have to go in and completely rewrite the code. But here, what do? I just come up and say, okay, no problem. It's cool. We can fix it. Download it, and boom, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3. Do you see how powerful this is, man? Do you see how powerful this is? So you guys have learned a lot already. You know how to do digital writes. You know how to do analog writes. You know how to do analog reads. You know how to do if statements, and you know how to do for loops. And man, that is a very, very powerful combination. Very, very powerful combination. And so you can really start doing a lot of stuff with that. What do we have coming up? All right. There's a couple of more things that we need to learn before we start doing a whole lot of different components, right? I know we've just kind of been piddling with potentiometers and LEDs, and I know you're anxious to get to more projects, get to some of the more exciting things in this kit, but we've really got to get these basics down first. And I like to not spend a lot of time having to hook the circuit up. So simple LEDs and resistors allow us to do this learning really quick. There is a lot more that you can do with for loops. This was sort of an introduction to for loops, and so I'm going to do another video to show you some of the tricks, some of the pro moves you can do in using your for loops. There's really a lot of exciting things you can do as you start playing with these parameters. I'll be looking at that. Then what I will do is there's another type of loop that it's called a while loop, and almost anything that you can do with a for loop, you can do with a while loop, and sometimes it's easier to use a while loop, sometimes a for loop. So I'm going to show you how to do a while loop. So we're going to do another for loop video, then we're going to do a while loop video, and then I'm going to show you how to get data from the serial monitor. Remember, right now we're just printing to the serial monitor. In the next in that follow-on lesson, I'm going to show you how to get data from the serial monitor. Okay, guys, this has been a really exciting video. I hope you guys will think about giving us a thumbs up. Think about subscribing to the channel. When you subscribe to the channel, make sure you ring that bell. Click that bell, and then you'll get notifications when I have new videos come out. And then also think about sharing this with your friends. If you have questions, I love to hear comments below. I like to see that there are people that are actually watching these videos, and I'm not just sitting here talking to myself. Paul McWhorter from TopTechBoy.com. I will talk to you guys later.